Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas here with another review. Last night I got to see Jeff Beck with Johnny Depp, which was pretty cool. Full disclosure, I know of Jeff Beck. You have to be aware of him. He is one of the greatest guitarists, I think, in rock history. But I'm not a fan. I don't know, not because I don't like him. I just don't know any of his songs. My personal taste, I'm a very sensitive, soft soul, and I need good lyrics. I need a singer. I'm not, I saw Steve Vai years ago and it was great and he was great and I appreciate, the masterful guitar as I did last night. Those shows to me get a little long. I found myself thinking two things last night at the beginning. Fuck, I should have learned how to play guitar because he just looked and sounded awesome. And number two, I wish I got high before this show because I feel like it's that kind of show where you just kind of close your eyes, open them here and there, but you really just get into the guitar, the beautiful, amazing guitars when they're slowed down, when they're acoustic, he didn't do acoustic, but just the sounds that someone can make off an instrument that millions and millions of people play, but no one can do that or come close to that. I don't know. I thought it was pretty impressive. So I didn't really know any song. I really didn't know what to expect. I wasn't going to go to this show, but it was a last minute. I literally found tickets online for $17 a few hours before the show. So I said, I'll go see that. I'll go check out Johnny Depp. I'm a fan of his acting. I saw him right before COVID. Yeah, it was before COVID, I think, with the Hollywood Vampires. That's a band that Johnny he plays in with Joe Perry and Alice Cooper. They did a lot of covers. And they had their own album. I think they had their own song. Yeah, they had their own songs. And I was surprised by Johnny. I really was. That's the night I came up with this joke. I know I put in a couple of reviews where I feel that Joe Perry is morphing into Keith Richards and Johnny Depp is morphing into Joe Perry. He's just becoming one of those pirate guys where they have the chains and the braid. They just look, he obviously looks like a pirate because of his fucking movies, but I don't know. There's something, he's got that style. He's got that Joe Perry, Keith Richards kind of handkerchief in the back pocket kind of style, and he fits it perfectly. And you know what? He backs it up with the talent. He's not some pretty boy that Jeff added to the bill to sell some tickets. So I didn't know what was going to... First, I thought Johnny was opening for him. And then when I got there, I realized that that's not the case. They put out an album together, I believe, recently. And I think Johnny just hit the tour. So I didn't know what was going to happen. So Jeff got into it pretty quickly. I'm not familiar. Don't beat me up. I thought he had some songs with lyrics, but it didn't seem like it. I'll go through the set list. It was all instrumental. He looked cool. He sounded amazing. Just a cool guy. I wish he engaged the crowd more. He really barely talked to people. Barely. Like one or two words in between every fifth or sixth song. But nonetheless, the people in the front, and I think a lot of his friends, and you could tell by the venue, everybody down below paid money and were diehard fans. And I happen to believe a lot of them are musicians. They just, if I played guitar, I would just be staring at this guy with my jaw open for sure. Well, I was anyway, but, and as the seats got farther back, people were less into it. I felt like those people were there maybe just to see Johnny Depp. But anyway, he starts with Freeway Jam, Loose Cannon, Midnight Walker, Big Block, Caroline No, which is I think a Beach Boys song. You Know, Me and Devil Blues, a Robert Johnson cover, Star Cycle, Brush with the Blues, You Never Know, 'Cause We've Ended as Lovers, Rumble, and then I think this is right around where Johnny came in. So up until that point, I started like, this is incredible. This is just an incredible show. And then he started to lose me, and I think he started to lose the crowd. And I think, and again, people are going to argue me, but this is my opinion. You can only, if you're not a guitar player and you're not a diehard Jeff Beck guy, you can only listen to a guitar without lyrics for so long. So half hour, 40 minutes in, it's not that it's bad at all. Something starts to fade in you. Like, okay, I get it. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You just start to kind of lose it. Like, this is really cool, but I don't know if I can do another 45 minutes of this. And I think he knows that because right at that time in the set list, he like leans to the microphone. He goes, I need a little help here. And then Johnny Depp comes out and the fans go crazy. And you know what? Again, I also thought maybe Johnny was added just to sell some tickets and shit. No fucking way. Johnny came in and brought a whole different energy. For number one, there were lyrics, and now you had someone singing for the next, he came on for probably 6 songs, 5, 6, 7 songs. Played guitar, looked cool, had good back and forth with Jeff, just sang, sounded great. He's this talented guy, man. He just brought a new energy, and the fans were on their feet. The fans got into it. He brought a lot of life to that show. I think I won't say he saved it because the show was fine on its own, but he made a major impact to the vibe of that show, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It went from being, hey, this is a good show, to, hey, this is really cool. And I don't know. It just brought a life to it. So good on Johnny. So from there, they did, I think, Rumble. I think that's when he came out. This is a song from Miss Hedy Lamarr. Then he did a John Lennon cover of Isolation, Time, Venus and Furs, Velvet Underground. Then they did Day in the Life by the Beatles, just instrumental. And I think that was it for Johnny. And you know what? He didn't have big fanfare. He didn't come out to, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Depp, the Mr. Pirates of the Caribbean. He didn't come out to any of that shit. And he didn't leave to, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny. He just kind of bowed, gave a little kiss to the crowd, bowed a little bit, backpedaled off to the side of the stage, and that's it. Very cool. Very cool guy. Then they finished with Corpus Christi Carol, Little Wing by Hendrix, and the Death and Resurrection Show. Cool show, man. It was cool. It was different. Definitely different than what I see. I would rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, only because at some point the guitar started to not get to me. It was like, I don't know. It's very hard to put into words. It's not an angry emotion. I love music. I can listen to that in my room doing other shit for a long time, but not just sitting in a seat staring, nobody standing up. At some point, it starts to weigh you down, and that's where Johnny saved the show. Because of Johnny coming in, I think I would give the show a 7.5. I think it's right there. It's a solid show. It's a good show. If you love them and want to get great tickets, pay for it. If not, I'd wait a little bit for last minute because they seem to come down pretty aggressively. But there's nothing else to say. You see the pictures. They're just 2 cool motherfuckers. That's what they are. 2 cool, talented motherfuckers. I love that Johnny's doing more music. You can tell that he loves it. I remember thinking that when I saw the Hollywood Vampires. Johnny just loves this shit. I think he likes it more than acting. I really do. And he's good at it. So I hope he does more of it. I did see somewhere that the Vampires are going back on tour, I think overseas. So I'm guessing they might come back around. You should go see them too. That's a really special show to see. They were really cool. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for, if you were there or have seen them, leave some comments. Try to be nice, but no one is in this fucking world anymore, but that's fine. I don't cry that much, just a little bit. But leave some comments, subscribe, and thanks for listening. I really appreciate it if you made it this far, and I will see you at the next show. Bye-bye.